After an amazing trip to Korea, we hopped on a 1.5-hour flight to Japan, where we'll be spending the next 10 days. Before we knew it, we were in the heart of Osaka. Welcome to Osaka.
That's the exit. It's like a grape flavored portado.
Oh yeah? Can I try? Here's our hotel room for the next 3 nights. The longer that we travel, the more we find ourselves gravitating towards warm, clean, and comfy interiors. Comfy, spacious beds are also a priority. To book hotels with a discount via Klook, use our code ralphsammendo or Ralph and Sam. Starting off our first night in Osaka at this neighborhood ramen shop. I think they specialize in chicken ramen.
Hope it's good.
Special one, so foie gras rice and sauce. You
あとはじゃあ。
From Osaka, visiting a very different side of Osaka this trip, and we're starting our day at this amazing Riverside coffee shop called Brooklyn Coffee Roasters with an amazing view of the river and the Nakanoshima Flower Park. Signature drink called the Maple Shea Shea and a caramel donut. No matter how many times we visit Japan, we always find something new to eat, see, and do.
But to get it done, you need fast data connection.
That's why we use Airlo eSIM to help us plan our itinerary.
And with our discount code ralphsammendo, you too can get $3 off your first eSIM purchase.
Airlo eSIM has really been a game changer for us. From booking rides to making restaurant reservations, all the best trips start with a reliable eSIM. Airlo is the world's first eSIM store, trusted by over 30 million travelers, including us.
No need for a physical SIM card, no need for a pocket Wi-Fi.
As long as your phone is eSIM compatible, you're good to go. Just install Airlo before you fly out, then select from over 200 destinations and purchase the plan that fits your needs. The best part is, you get to keep your original phone number.
You can install Airlo eSIM directly on your phone with instructions. When you arrive at your destination, simply activate the eSIM. It's that easy. You know, at this point, we've tried it everywhere, and it just works. So give it a try and download Airlo today.
Make sure to use our personal discount code ralphsam3 to get $3 off your first eSIM purchase.
This is apparently the longest Shotengai in Japan, and we're here to test it. So far, it's testing us.
The facade also changes every time you enter a new part of the arcade.
Different dimension now.
Huge onigiri.
from 富山. This is an opener, bottle opener.
This looks good. Early summer canoeing.
We are starting our day at Tempura Makino. It's right in the middle of this really busy Shotengai, and we had a really great experience eating here a few years ago. I don't know if it's the best tempura restaurant, but we had such a nice time here and we wanted to rediscover it again.
Thank you.
This looks amazing. This is their summer bowl. We've got this beautiful kakiage with firefly squid, fried sardines, shrimp, juicy eggplant. It looks so good. Unleash this bowl. Perfect. The batter is a bit on the softer side because it has the sauce on it, but it is so good. There's like a really nice chewy texture to it. squishy. shoot vertically. It'll look like this. Nice pic. This full map of the area.
I recommend Machiya shop.
This is their Osaka style hot dog with curried cabbage and red ginger. Ready, 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
Napalean back.
Salon.
そう、
あ、
自分の
はい。
レンズ、
あ
レンズ。My solo exhibition. Pink.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.